Hey guys, welcome back to my RV where I live semi-permanently now. That's right, Kellyanne and I are living life on the road. Our first preference is to be sitting out in front of views like the one behind me here, where some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world. But here's a little sneak peek of the new RV. We did end up upgrading the truck and the rig. And how did we get to do this? How do we get to live the life of our dreams? Well, it's because I was able to make real estate easy. And we're gonna be talking more about that on today's video, so make sure you stick around. Coming up next. All right, guys, so how did I go out and make real estate easy? Do I enjoy discussing income? You bet. Bragging, though, is not my purpose for making this video. In fact, I see my current numbers as totally unacceptable, and I recommend that you treat yours the very same way. Let's talk real estate here for a moment. Have you ever sat and wondered how the guys from, say, Bigger Pockets, or Meet Kevin, or Morris Invest, or Graham Stephan's channels are making so much money on real estate? Not to mention making it look easy in the process. How is it that Dave Ramsey, who was famously broke, goes on to pay $35 million in cash for his building? For the first 12 years of my 20-year career in real estate, it felt very, very hard. Just saving up or borrowing enough money to buy the next house seemed nearly impossible. Doesn't it sometimes feel like these guys must have some sort of an unfair advantage over you? Here's the thing, they do. Now here's a little hint. Every one of them has solved the short-term net cash flow equation, and they have access to the ultimate debt weapon. This video happens to be the second of 3 videos that will prove once and for all that investing in rental real estate is generally not the best first step to wealth, like many of the people I studied make it seem, including these channels. For average people like me, it's been much more profitable to focus my efforts on buy and hold real estate last. So today, let's use this opportunity to follow up on my recent video where I showed how I'm living and traveling completely for free in this huge rig on just one rental property. And I want to break down all of my income streams for you, from smallest to largest, and I'm going to show you how I realized that if I could just get my hands on this secret weapon as well, that I could make real estate investing feel easy too. Starting with my smallest source of income, guys, coming from my credit card rewards. This totals a whopping $200 to $300 a month. Now here's a side note. If you're one of those people who has been taught not to like free money from your credit card providers because you agree it's better to cut them up, and you can't manage your finances responsibly, this video and this channel is probably not for you. My second source of income at an average of only $400 per month, for really no particular reason other than I haven't yet and probably really should make this work a lot harder, comes from private lending. And there is huge money in this, folks, if you're doing it right. And I've literally never used my own money to do this, to generate revenue this way. By solving the borrowing problem for truly qualified borrowers who really need quick access to cash, even if it's expensive cash, you can create huge value in this marketplace. And guess what? Huge value means huge profits. It becomes a win-win. Using a wide range of lending tools that I call debt weapons that come at anywhere between 0% up. I use these lending instruments, give them to other people, and I charge as much as 120% maintenance fees. We recently did this with a local businessman who's rapidly growing his company and he needed money quickly for equipment. It produces several $1,000s a year in profit, and really quite passively for us. I think the most I made doing this so far was somewhere around $7,000 in a year. There are obvious risks of default on this approach, which has happened to me once before, a long time ago, and I think it caused some irrational trepidation with me, but it is possible to protect yourself by including collateral like free and clear vehicles, property security, or valuables perhaps in your promissory notes. Bottom line is this: there are risks with every stream of income, none bigger though than giving up the best 40 to 45 years of your life to get stuck at some proverbial cubicle for somebody else. If you don't have freedom already, you're already in the worst case scenario. So don't worry about risks, worry about sticking with a dead-end day job. So I do love this strategy, and I do plan to do more, hopefully a lot more of this as time goes on. Obviously, safety first on this, folks, with everything, so be sure you're consulting with the right people, including your attorneys and your CPAs. Do this the right way. Currently, My third smallest stream of income comes from right here on YouTube. At this point, I've built this channel now to an average of a little over $2,000 every month through YouTube AdSense. And I've had enough people asking me through coaching as well as in comments how this works. It seems like there's a lot of confusion about it. So what I'm gonna do is include it in the follow-up video. If we get enough likes on this one, be sure to smash that like button. Drop a yes in the comments section below. We need 500 likes and 150 comments. All right, that brings me to my fourth largest source of monthly revenue, and that is coming in at $9,750 up to $11,000 each month, and that is from my real estate. Now, this number depends mostly on short-term bookings. That's why there's a range, and that right now is at an all-time high. On top of monthly revenues, I'm also realizing somewhere around a $49,000 average annual appreciation as well. As a small-time investor with really a pretty pathetic portfolio of only about a 1.25 value, like people who come to my channel though, guys, it is my plan to keep growing this. But by focusing on much larger streams of income and revenue first, short-term net cash flow first, real estate then slowly but surely takes care of itself. And it's even started feeling easy, as in, when problems used to feel really big and scary and they would randomly appear, which they often do, it's only a nuisance to me now. As in, I don't even really have to be very good at real estate and it still pays off nicely. As in, I'll have a bunch paid for before most people even have one paid off. And to be honest, guys, my approach, which is the exact same strategy that I see these other educators following, makes the leaky toilets and the crybaby tenants much more tolerable. I'm gonna cover this a lot more in our follow-up video if we pull that 500 likes count and we get to those 150 yeses in the comments. So far, between those four streams of income, I'm at approximately $13,750 in average monthly revenues in recent months. Not bad. My fifth largest, however, are my own products. This primarily includes coaching and consulting right now, so it's service-oriented, and I am planning on launching and relaunching several additional highly needed products here in the future that will be much more virtual. This breaks down to 4 total income generating services at the moment that annually average approximately $750,000 or $62,000 each month. But it obviously has growth restrictions because it has limitations to time. Consulting requires a ton of time. And I struggle with that because I'm incredibly passionate about the coaching that I do. Frankly, I would rather be doing that over nearly any other activity throughout the day. However, it's super inefficient and much less so than my other and especially next collection of income streams, which finally leads me to my last 6 streams of affiliate income, also totaling almost $750,000 a year, or another $62,000 or more each month. And this form of revenue often comes with the most efficiency because it involves identifying products, programs, and services from other people that I like very much for various reasons and simply promote them. I first became aware of affiliate marketing back in 2009 when I was teaching large groups of people about FICO scoring. I'm a FICO expert, and at the time, the only place to acquire your own FICO credit report and scores was through myfico.com. So I told everybody I could about that, and when I found out that they had a way of paying me, I went out there and I started to promote it. Within my first year, I was able to make over $100,000 doing that. From that point on, guys, I was a man on a mission to diversify my own income by being an affiliate of products, programs, and services that I really believe in. Today, we're on the verge of launching our new affiliate membership. It's absolutely free to you guys. If you want to get out there and get paid for simply sharing great education with anybody that you think might benefit by learning more about money, then keep your eyes peeled for that because we'll make an announcement here soon. Altogether though, between 6 categories of income totaling 15 different streams of revenue, I'm currently on a $138,750 per month pace. Unfortunately, this number is down by about $30,000 due to COVID, but I want to tell you that because I'm doing it this way, I'm safe. I don't have problems paying staff. I didn't need to get a PPP loan from the government. I don't have problems with debt. I can pay for insurance for people. I don't have trouble getting anything I want from the banks. And real estate has finally become easy. The last point I want to make here along this journey, because it really takes ongoing focus and effort to make this happen, is that I was lucky enough to develop the attitude of perpetual discontent when dealing with income and money in general. If you haven't seen the documentary yet on Netflix called The Last Dance, featuring Michael Jordan and the 1990s Chicago Bulls dynasty, they have this same high performer trait where they are never ever satisfied. They have perpetual discontent. This is not to be confused with unhappiness. I'm happier than I've ever been before, but I can tell you right now that I've never been more unimpressed by $1 million in my entire life. It's all about perpetual pursuit of potential. Keep on cash flowing, folks.